Here we are, in front of Sen's Fortress. The gates are closed. I'm soul level 11, with 16 strength and 12 dexterity. The reason that's significant is because I am trying to get to Anor Londo without ringing the 2 bells. And the only logical way I could think to do that would be to get into Sen's Fortress. The desire to do this came out of speedrunning the game multiple times, trying to improve my time, using the kiln glitch. I've been successful at having a best time of 39 minutes, however, that's still not good enough to be the best. So I figure, if the kiln glitch works, there's got to be some other glitches to bypass other areas. So I'm trying to break into Sen's Fortress without ringing the 2 bells. And I feel like I've had some success. I've tried many ways of trying to bypass the collision detection of getting through the gate, but nothing has worked. I've tried fighting Sigmire, or Onion Bro, to get him to push me through, maybe using a backstab. Collision detection on this gate is far too sophisticated to be broken using those tactics. So what I've managed to do is, for anyone who has tried to jump off of this bridge or this area, you'll know that about 10 feet down is where you land, and you fall into what I like to call the kill box. You're out of bounds, the game kills you, you're not supposed to be there. Well, I'm trying to not get places where I'm not supposed to be, so I decided there's got to be a way to bypass it, because video game designers, let's face it, as talented as they are, they can be lazy. They will only put a kill box in an area that they believe you can reach. The goal is to find an area that they didn't expect you to be able to reach. So while trying to break in, I'm going to show you what I've been able to do. So from this platform here, again, I'm going to use the S-Dock as my pointing device. From this platform here, you want to jump to the top of this ledge. However, every time you do it, your forward momentum is going to propel you down to the kill box. So, you need to quit out of the game, not using the dashboard or XMB. Quit out as fast as you can. Just like that, but faster. And then when you load back into the game will place you at the last safe spot your feet touched, which will be on top of this ledge. From there, you want to run up and jump in that direction, and you will jump over and outside of the kill box. Actually, you'll land much further below the kill box. Let me give it a couple of attempts to show you. What you do want to watch out for is jumping and hitting this wall, this little pillar here. If you hit that, it will stop your forward momentum and you will fall right into the kill box. So I'm going to show you what happens when you fall into the kill box, and I'm going to show you what happens when you get under Sen's Fortress. As you can see there, I quit the game before it recognized that I had hit the kill box and took away all of my health. What that does is it still considers me alive, and it puts me at the last safe spot I was standing, which in this case will be on the railing. To make that quicker and easier, what you want to do is you want to press start to get into the menu after you press your jump button. If you do it after you land, you have much less time to get to the quit screen. I know this video is a little long in its explanation, but I want other people in the community to be able to do this, to hopefully make this a viable strategy for speedrunning and glitching past certain parts of the game. So you want to come all the way back to this corner, as far back as you can go, turn around and run, avoiding that when you jump. Jumping off to that direction, you will jump over and outside of the kill box. Make sure you're running, no roll, and then jump off. Like that. I jumped over and outside of the kill box, which was at the point of where my head is where you would land and die when typically falling over this. Now I am under the kill box and can walk anywhere under Sen's Fortress. But what does that mean? Well, right now, not much. Now, I said I did get under Sen's Fortress. I did. This wall is not real. You can go right through it. Which gives you a very, very bad view of how the other side of a lot of the walls and floors of Sen Fortress are not textured. As you can see. Now, what have I discovered down here? Well, I've discovered that mostly all of Sen's Fortress is loaded, which only makes me further disbelieve a comment I read on GameStop about a gentleman rolling into Sigmir, Onion Bro, getting glitched through the wall and making it all the way to Anor Londo with nothing in Sen's Fortress loaded. Here's my proof. Well, of course the first room is. We could see that the first room is loaded. You can see our skeleton friends, our snake friends up there. One. You can see the soul that you can pick up and the other snake bro. Also, their AI is working. They react to sounds. You can lure them with that. See if we can get them out into the light. Unfortunately, the floor is solid on both sides. But here's an interesting thing. They don't trigger the trap. If I get them to walk all the way to the gate, they'll walk straight over the trap, and their pressure will not trigger it. All the way, guys. I find that interesting only because when fighting Sigmir, or Sigmire, Onion Bro we'll call him, he can trigger the trap with his two-handed R2 attack through the gate. But these guys, it seems to have no effect. So, the GameSpot or GameStop form that this gentleman posted on claimed that none of the enemies were loaded in Sen's Fortress, and here's why I don't believe that that even happened. One, he didn't provide pics or video of Sen's Fortress gate being closed and him on the other side of it. And two, just so you know, this is solid right here. This, however, is not. Which I can show you by moving my camera slightly to see that they're not connected. See that there? Okay. So, moving my way around that false floor. You want to go far off because the corner is a little bit tricky. From here you can see a lot of Sen's Fortress. Now, if you notice, you can hear the faint breathing of the Titanite demon down in the tar pits below Sen's Fortress. Also, if I make my way all the way around to this back end, about right now I'm probably far below the bonfire. Over here, you can hear the boulder room. Interestingly enough, you don't see any boulders falling. Now, I've tried this, getting under here with both the gate open and the gate closed, having run through Sen's Fortress and gone through Anor Londo, and you can still see boulders falling down their typical path, but the boulders are not falling right now without having... So, don't know what to think about that. What I have discovered down here is that this is the closest point between the inside of Sen's Fortress and where I am. This is the place where the Titanite demon's breathing is the loudest. If you turn up your speakers you can hear that. No troll. This is also the closest point where there is an interior wall. If I shoot out here, see how far that arrow is? Close. Right here, practically in front of me. I can reach out and touch it. Now, I probably won't be able to do it in this video, but I have successfully aggroed, quote-unquote, the Titanite demon. He did not attack because he did not know where I was, but he did turn around at the sound of my arrows at some point. It was very strange. It had something to do with shooting underneath him, under at the floor. Also, it's got an interesting skybox. If I come all the way over here, we've got a nice view of the sun. Strangely enough, because most other areas are completely dark. That seems to me to be the skybox for Anor Londo. You can see the skybox changes over there. So, what I need from the Dark Souls community is your help. Nothing is born overnight, but what we need to do, or what I'd like us to do, is band together as a community to figure out how to get in here. You can see the walls. I've shot the arrows to see where it bends. And last but not least, running and jumping into this wall here to show that there is collision into it. See? Did not give me my full jump. Interestingly enough, you will fall for quite a while. I can even go into first-person bow for some reason. And you will die. You will not hit any kind of ground. You just keep falling. The animation doesn't change. I'm going to quit before that happens. I'll show that at the end of the video. You can leave messages down here. You'll notice that I'm doing this all offline. I do that because when I do my speed runs, I like to be offline so that I never go human, so it's not a big deal. But I like to go offline because then that just allows me to, pull a lever without having to toggle between the message and the lever that people sometimes place right in front of them, or kicking down a ladder. I named him after one of the greatest thieves in Greek mythology because I figured he was trying to break into a fortress. Guys, I could really use your help. I feel like I've exhausted all of my resources. I've thrown fire bombs at this wall. Nothing seems to work. But what I'm looking for is glitches that perhaps the Dark Souls community at large does not know. Let's see, there was something else interesting that I found over here, and that was, let's see. Hear that? No sound. It's hitting a wall, but no sound. There's a wall. There's a wall. Hold on. Gotta find it again. Right there. When streaming and people watching this, we feel that that might be the ladder in the hidden room. Goes up. So, interestingly enough, what I'm looking for is for any glitches that we are familiar with as a community. Not the big ones, not the bottomless box, not the kill and glitch. But, hey, if you swing your weapon at a 90-degree angle while looking at your character so that he's facing the camera like this, it propels you forward and through a wall, something like that. That's what I'm really looking for. Oddly enough, you can't walk under these. They're solid. Any help would be greatly appreciated. And hopefully I'll have some more game-breaking videos as I figure them out.